Hello, Dr. Tawana Worlds by birth, also known as a disruptor. Did you know that millions who grew up in poverty also die in poverty? Have you ever heard the saying, what good can come out of the hood? Well, I'm here to disrupt for just a minute. Yes, I was that little girl that grew up in the hood, grew up in the ghetto, single mother, absent father, eating out of the trash can just to survive. But I was also that girl that determined way back then that I was not going to become a product of my past. And now I help others do the same thing. I'm not a victim, I'm a victor. I help men and women from similar backgrounds find value in their own vault and create wealth from within. What is going on, cousins? Let's bring this in a little bit like that. Hope all is well. I'm not going to take too much of your time. Let me adjust myself real quick. All right. I hope everyone is well. As I just said, I'm going to go ahead and get all my cousins. Get all my cousins on the chat, and we're going to go ahead and get it popping, okay? All right. Hey, what's going on? Instagram, cousins, Facebook, and YouTube. What's going on, beautiful people? I'm not going to be here that long at all. I absolutely promise you. I will not be. I want to welcome those who are here for the very first time. And I want to welcome those who always come and listen or sit with your girl, Dr. Worlds. Okay. You already see the title, the description. We're going to get straight into it in just a moment because I only have a certain amount of time. Hello. Hi, beloved. How are you? I only have a limited amount of time, but I think it's something we all should be paying attention to. We're not waiting on another man or another woman to have our best interest. Best interest that is very dangerous in this hour. So what I will do before I go ahead and just start sharing and yapping off at the mouth, I would ask you kindly to go ahead and share this with somebody. Copy the link, share it to your story, your DM. It doesn't matter, your timeline. It helps me beat the machine that we are all up against. Okay? Whether we are choosing to ignore that, it's man versus machine right now. And the algorithm is winning. It's a W for the algorithm. Okay? So when you share, it helps me beat the algorithm by letting the algorithm know, hey, you can go ahead and post this to the timelines of people, or you can show up in the feeds, and it helps me also reach the people that I am supposed to reach. So it serves a dual purpose. Helps me beat the machine, helps me reach the people I'm supposed to reach. So if you don't mind sharing, however you got to do that on whatever platform you are watching me from, please do so. I've done my part. I'm not a hypocrite. What I'm asking you to do, I also do myself. Now, let me let y'all hear a couple of these clips, okay? Not going to be here long with this, but the unprepared will definitely be the ones that will be fresh. Period, point blank. The Unprepared. Bring y'all a little bit up to speed real quick, 3 minute up to speed, because I came by and I shared some information on the last live pertaining to what's happening with Venezuela, pertaining to what's happening with China, everything that's happening to the American people, how we are literally being robbed, okay? How we are literally being robbed, how we are being taken for granted, taken advantage of by all aspects of this American governmental system, corporation. Okay, we got foreigners coming in here ripping us off and robbing us, and the American people are the people that are suffering. We pay for our suffering. Okay, America has made slaves, literally, out of us all. Doesn't matter the color of our skin. And I will explain so you don't think I'm off my rocker, okay? They didn't create a system. We have to go and bust our butts. We have to trade lots of time in exchange for payment, just so that we can pay them back bills, notes, okay, for our lights, for our food, for our housing, to drive a car to get to work, okay, to put gas in it, to have a cell phone, to have Wi-Fi, to pay for child care, basic essentials. We give them the money right back. We are working long, hard, strong, wearing ourselves out, killing ourselves, working so hard, only to end up in the end with nothing. You have to trade all of this time, actually 40 to 45 years of your life in the workforce, just so you can retire on 40% of what was taken from your pay, for you to go do the work, build their corporations, build their empires, build their, generational wealth for them and theirs. And then our taxpayer dollars are being funded for scam operations. Minnesota, what's going on with the Somalis? They're not the only ones. Okay? They're not the only ones. You had all different foreign nations coming over here taking up the health care, the child care, okay, the rental assistance, the low income, low cost health care, all of that. We saw all of that about a year or 2 years ago, where they were moving their people into hotels, no Section 8, no nothing. The country is bankrupt now because of all of this. It's our tax dollars. Every day that we go to work, even if we ain't working, we still paying them taxes. You have to pay taxes to be a part of this civilization. If you don't, we go to jail. But we the ones ain't got nothing to show for all of the work and all of the labor that we have put into this thing, all of the taxes that we have paid. We don't own no land, we don't own no houses. Okay, we don't have no real assets to even retire to. By the time you retire, your bones is depreciated, they're deflated. You ain't trying to go take no trips, you ain't trying to go take no vacations. Why? Because you wore out. In the end, if you do got anything, you have a mortgage that will outlive many of the people who go and just want the American dream of owning a home. So we have all been scammed. Work 40 hours a week, okay, to get 40% of taxes taken out of your check, to retire on 40% of the income that you put into this system. And now you using our taxpayers' dollars to go in and invade other countries, you know, to go and fight wars, help fund wars. But the American people are the only ones that is paying the tab for this all. It ain't just fraud in Minnesota. You better check Ohio. These people have been getting government contracts to do our own demise, okay, to do us in. I have been one of the few, because there's not a whole bunch of people out here pushing government contracts. I know a handful of them. Not to say that there's not no more, but me personally, in this space for the last 5 years, I know a handful of them, especially ones that look like me, trying to tell the other people, the other cousins, why you should be going after government contracts. I said it then. If I see that, I'll just use this example, okay? If I see Elon Musk and all these other celebrities buying underground bunkers and all this stuff, right? Just an example. And the government wants to pay me to help build underground bunkers. And that don't mean me going out there doing no physical labor, building no underground bunker. That just consists of me finding the person who can do the job. The person who can actually build the bunker, the team that they're going to need to accomplish this task. I will pay them. The government will pay me because I possess the contract. I got the business. I'm registered. I'm ready to go to receive the contract. And then I will pay the person to do the work. I'm going to get paid to pay the person to do the work, if that makes sense, right? So I've been saying this for a very long time because this is the way I think. And I only want to attract like-minded thinkers. If you guys have ripped us up and robbed us, for decades and generations and made yourselves filthy rich, because you can never ever tell me how a politician that we elected, okay, gotta do that, quote unquote, that we elected has a net worth of $4 billion and you're just a public servant whose salary is about $100,000 a year. How is your net worth $4 billion with a B? How is your net worth? Nancy Pelosi, how did you go create generational wealth for your 10th great grandchildren generation? How? Off the taxpayers' dollars. How do y'all have money to fund Ukraine and fund Israel? How? It's our tax dollars. We get up and we go to work, okay? And we pay 30% of our daily pay to fund wars, to fund fraud, to fund foreigners, and to fund foolishness. Everybody get rich. Just go on TikTok. The Somalians are telling you how stupid you are because they came over here and got a come up. They vocalize what everybody else, every other foreigner has vocalized. How to come to America to get rich. What a come up. Off of American citizens' backs. If we break the law, we go to jail. If we don't pay our taxes, we go to federal prison. If we commit fraud, start opening up all kinds of centers, you know what I'm saying? They was heavy on the investigation of the PPP. But you didn't allow billions of dollars, taxpayers' dollars, to go to people who hate our guts, who's using our taxpayers' dollars to build mosques and to fund artillery and missiles and etc. just in case it ever pop off. We're funding this. And we don't have money to pay for rent, mortgage, food, basic essentials, but we show up every day with our muscle, with our time, and for our tax dollars to fund everything, everybody, and where else. but us. So I said that to say this: the unprepared will definitely be crushed with what's coming. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. They're not coming to save you. They the very people taken from you. They have enriched themselves. And we have a war popping off with people that are very greedy and they are power thirsty. Power thirsty. It's all it's about power. So I want y'all to hear a couple clips about what's going on, so that when you make your next move or you decide, look, this is urgent, I need to move now. I'm not here to persuade you. I'm here to present to you the facts. What's going on? How this will affect your children. How this will affect your household. How this will disrupt. How this is a plan. Okay? I want to tell a story first. Ain't gonna take me long. Just want to give you game of what's going on. And then I'm gonna show y'all some clips. Hold on 1 second. Let me find it. Hold on. Okay. So I'm going to start by leading with a question. Okay. I don't know if you guys are aware of this or not, but I'm going to start leading with a question. In 2016, the World Economic Forum, the WEF, revealed what I consider to be a chilling blueprint. 90% of cars will be gone. This was in 2016. 10 years this year ago. Car-free smart cities. Now, I went over some of these things in the last live, if you caught it. Talked about the smart cities, okay? Talked about who's building them, why they're building them. Talked about all of that. There will be shared housing for everyone. This was the blueprint in 2016. Now, my question to you is, do you think this is 20 years away? Do you think this is something that's going to happen 20 years down the road? Because if you think this is going to happen 20 years down the road, or this is 20 years away, think again. It has already started, and let me explain. Okay? Since 2020, since the pandemic, home prices have skyrocketed to 73%. Home prices up. We first moved to Texas, you can go buy you a beautiful home for a little bit under $200,000. Now that same home, cannot buy it unless it's $700 plus thousand. The same exact home. Okay? It's up 73%. Home prices. Ain't no young people, ain't nobody buying no houses. They can't afford them. And the ones who bought them a year ago or even, 2 years ago are having home buyer's remorse. Just go look it up on TikTok. Those are the keywords you want to use. Rent is up 56%. What used to be 700 is now 1,800, 1,900 every single month. Car insurance is up 67%. That ain't to mention your cell phone bill. That's tripled. You paying a car payment for a cell phone bill in 2026, 2025 too. And wages, they've only gone up 12%. 12%. Now, if you got the home prices going up 73%, you pushing people out of home ownership. Remember what I said. In 2016, their chilling blueprint was that 90% of cars will be gone. We will have car-free smart cities. I can pull up a video for you right now in Arizona where they have car-free smart cities coming to LA, coming to Chicago, coming to New York. They done already started their smart grocery stores. Oh, this is going crazy. Just let me keep going. And shared housing for everyone. Ain't nobody gonna be able to afford it. So let's bundle y'all up all up in one place. You know how many people are moving back in with their parents, and how many people have to move in with their siblings and move to the mother-in-law. Hey, we'll even take the garage, to keep us from being on the streets. That's happening right now. And people are not falling behind because you're lazy or because you lack knowledge. That is a part to play in this. But no, you're falling behind day by day because you were meant to do so. That's what you was taught. When we went to school, that's what we was taught. You're falling behind because it was planned. You were meant to do so. And while you are struggling, someone else is getting rich off your struggle. While you are struggling, while you are having a hard time, while you're trying to keep up, somebody else is getting rich off of your struggle. Okay? How would this look for the middle class, for those doing 100,000? How would this look, I'll say in the next year or so, maybe even this year? How will this look for everyday hardworking Americans? You won't be able to buy a car, can't afford it. So you'll have to share a ride. Uber, Lyft, ride shares, let me do a pool. Can't afford to pay for it, but let me do a pool, get a discount. You won't own a home, you'll rent a pod. Or you do some shared living. Hey, let me help pay the rent. You do some type of shared. It will be shared. This is what's happening right now. You won't think freely. You just follow the system. I don't know if y'all heard the man from Israel. He's a very big, rich, billionaire guy say, yeah, we need to silence. We need to take away the First Amendment, which is the freedom of speech, from off these social media platforms to people who see what we're doing and may be vocal about what we're doing. If you don't follow us, then you should have a voice on social media. J.D. Vance, the vice president, had to come out and say, wait a minute, you're taking this too far. They went on national television and said the next step is to silence American people, that the First Amendment should be taken away. Because if we think something is fishy or we don't go along with a narrative, we need to not be able to spread that. We don't need everybody else thinking along those same lines. So we need to silence them and we need to change the law. Go look it up. Go look it up. I don't know his name. I don't even care to know his name. But this is some big Jewish dude. Say that Americans need to be Benjamin Netanyahu. Launched a team. He said we need to go after TikTok and we need to go after X. It was a viral video where he launched a team to get people who were speaking negatively of Israel or, their operation or whatever to be silenced. You'll be in debt, keep your head down and just continue to live, to work until they just give you universal basic income, which is already a thing. I've shared this. I mean, I sound like a clown, a clanging cymbal at this point because I have shared how many states have rolled out their pilot programs for UBI, Universal Basic Income. New York, how much money they're giving. It's already happening. And if you think it sounds impossible, you realize you are already halfway there. If you think that's impossible, wow. We're already halfway there. This has already begun. This is the crooked, crack slave system of the United States of America. You work for 50 hours, 80, but you still can't get ahead. 160 hours. Let me go pull something up real quick because I want to tell you. Hold on. Let me give y'all some factual information that you can go and research. How many? Okay. Let's do a little math. In an average lifespan of around 79 years of age, a person roughly has 690,000 to 700,000 hours. That's how many hours we have in a lifespan. We're only promised 77 years. So we have 690,000 to 700,000 hours for our whole life. Okay, let's do the math. Hold on 1 second. Let's do some math. And if you're a mathematician, then get on in here and see this. Okay? If we only get 690,000 to 700,000 hours in our whole entire life, and we work 160 hours a month, okay, times 12. We work 160 hours a month. Some do more. We just gonna do standard, okay? And we do that times 12. That's 12 months in a year. We have spent 1,920 hours of our life working. Now, if you have been working for 40 years, you have used up 176,800 hours of your 690,000 hours. This ain't including overtime. It's not including family time. It's not including vacation time. It's not including, church or other activity time. I'm just talking about work. If you do 65 years, you're now at 224,800 of your hours gone from just working. And at the end of it all, you don't have anything to show for it. You don't have anything to show for it at the end of it all except a paycheck. 40% of retirement, if you get that. They're already struggling with Social Security. If you even get that. You paying for Medicare and state taxes so that they can go to foreign-run organizations that is taking your money, billions of dollars, not millions, billions of dollars, and making missiles, weaponry back in their own country. Okay, we're paying for corrupt politicians to do fraudulent things, to do betting and gambling and hold position for hundreds of years. This is what we're paying for. And we have nothing to show for it. The unprepared will definitely be crushed from what's coming. Now let me share my screen. We're going to go through this real quick. Let me see if it's going to play right here. Do I got to open another page? Oh, I got to open another page. Hold on. So I have no problem doing so. And y'all know Trump then went into Venezuela, right? I told y'all that China had invested $1 billion in their oil reserves. So did Russia. So did Iran. They invested billions of dollars from Venezuelan oil. And when Donald Trump went in and seized that president and took over his oil reserves, now you got stolen oil because it don't belong to whatever the man name is that they captured. It belongs to the investors who is investing inside of the oil. So now we're going to go through some responses from China, who owns the oil that Donald Trump then went over there and seized. Then I'm going to let y'all hear what Donald Trump say. Donald Trump said, we're going to spin the block and come back a second time. Because the person you appointed to sit in that position while we got him over here in the court of law ain't agreeing and ain't on the same type of timing. So we're going to strike again. And matter of fact, we just going to come in and we just going to strike 6 other countries. Because we gangsters. And that's how we roll. So y'all, check out the show. This was China's response. Let me go ahead and refresh this. Y'all can hear over here. You'll be able to hear in just a second. Let me turn the volume up. And then,
if you want to have war, you will get war. If you want to destroy China, you will be destroyed. If you want to impose nuclear war on China, you will be wiped out by nuclear war. This is very serious. China's policy is very clear. China will not fire the first shot, but China will not allow you to fire the second shot. If you have not watched the Victory Day parade in Beijing on September the 3rd, one of the weapons China demonstrated, we call it 61, because it can contain 60 nuclear warheads plus 1 hydrogen bomb. Now, in the world of today, let me tell you, which country has hydrogen bomb? China is the only country with hydrogen. And that ICBM can cover every corner of the world in less than 20 minutes and destroy any target in any corner of the world without any possibility of being intercepted.
Did y'all hear that, or y'all need to hear that again? I think I'm gonna play it one more time. Okay, one more time. I want y'all to listen clearly. Okay, I want y'all to listen, because this is against the nation that we live in.
If you want to have war, you will get war. If you want to destroy China, you will be destroyed. If you want to impose nuclear war on China, you will be wiped out by nuclear war. This is very serious. China's policy is very clear. China will not fire the first shot, but China will not allow you to fire the second shot. If you have not watched the Victory Day parade in Beijing on September the 3rd, one of the weapons China demonstrated, we call it 61, because it can contain 60 nuclear warheads plus 1 hydrogen bomb. Now, in the world of today, let me tell you, which country has hydrogen bomb? China is the only country with hydrogen bomb. And that ICBM can cover every corner of the world in less than 20 minutes and destroy any target in any corner of the world without any possibility of being intercepted.
Okay, so I'm gonna go on, close that one out. Let me get the next one queued up for you. Then I'll share the screen. Now, while I'm bringing up the screen, let me tell y'all, the same day that Donald Trump went in and arrested the Venezuelan president, just a few hours prior to that, they was meeting with Chinese diplomats. Okay, the head of the army type situation. They met with some very high intel diplomats who are now missing in Venezuela after Donald Trump went in hours later and bombed Venezuela, as well as arrested its president. Let's go to the next. Let me see if it's going to make me. Let's see. Is it going to open up in another tab? Shucks. It is. Hold on. Let's go ahead and refresh it. And then you're going to hear what Donald Trump has to say.
Sick too, run by a sick man who likes making cocaine and selling it to the United States. And he's not going to be doing it very long, let me tell you.
What does that mean? He's not going to be doing it very long.
He's not doing it very long. He has
Cuba
cocaine mills and cocaine factories. He's not going to be doing it very long.
So there will be an operation by the U.S.
It sounds good to me. And Cuba is ready to fall. You know? Yes. Cuba looks like it's ready to fall. I don't know if they can hold out. But Cuba now has no income. They got all of their income from Venezuela, from the Venezuelan oil. They're not getting any of it. And Cuba literally is ready to fall. And you have a lot of great Cuban Americans that are going to be very happy about this.
Are you considering U.S. action in Cuba?
We're not. I think it's just going to fall. I don't think we need any action. It looks like it's going down. It's going down for the count. You ever watch a fight?
Yeah.
They go down for the count. And Cuba looks like it's going down. By the way, you have to do something with Mexico. Mexico has to get their act together because they're pouring through Mexico, and we're going to have to do something. We'd love Mexico to do it. They're capable of doing it, but unfortunately, the cartels are very strong in Mexico. We need Greenland. from a national security situation. It's so strategic. Right now, Greenland is covered with Russian and Chinese ships all over the place. We need Greenland from the standpoint of national security. And
Donald Trump has just threatened 6 other countries. Okay? Venezuela again. I'm going to give you the list with military action. You think that's free? War is only backed by the American dollar, and this paper is going to the pits of hell. It is burning fast. They are losing control because when you really find out why they making jack moves, I mean, Donald Trump is a gangster. There ain't no other way to explain. Donald Trump is a gangster. And you about to understand in a minute. Just hold yourself. Trump threatened 6 other countries after Venezuela. Number 1, he re-threatened Venezuela with another second strike. You don't line up, do what we want you to do. You appoint anybody that's opposing what we're doing, we're going to strike you again. Okay? And the word on the curb is that the woman that they have elected to stand in the man who they arrested stead, she is, anti-U.S. and what it's doing, demanding that they let this man go. And so now there was talks on the table that, yeah, we're going back in for a second powwow. Just keep your eyes open. That could be tonight. It could be happening right now. They do stuff. And after it's done, they let us know. A little too late. Second, he threatened Cuba to have the military go there. Okay? They said that they need possibly military American intervention, but they're going to wait to see if Cuba falls because now Cuba has no income. All their income was coming from Venezuela, and the United States takes over Venezuela, so now you have no income. So he's waiting to see if they fall down. Mexico said they need better government. They need to get on board with the United States rules and how they want to run the show. They said they're capable of doing it. But if they don't want to do it, we're going to have military presence there. Okay? Colombia says that he's not opposed to striking Colombia and taking over Colombia and taking away their president, who's a dictator, just like he did to Venezuela. He said that they just sit over there and make drugs by the boatloads and just have them pouring into our country. So he said Colombia is definitely on the radar to have them go in their same Venezuela style and just go ahead and rough up, capture up, arrest their president and take over. He said, and then the Colombian people will be greatly proud that he did that. Iran was next. Okay. He said that for them over there killing protesters, they're going to go ahead and have the military invade them. Okay? You already know that they struck over in Nigeria for killing them Christians on January the 1st. Okay? Trump ain't playing no games. He picking fights with a lot of people. And their response, wait for it. Greenland. He said, oh, Greenland, baby, we need you. We need your territory. We need your space. We need everything. It's a national security. We're going to give you 20 days to decide if you're going to give it to us or we're going to take it. He said, before I even got elected, I told Greenland that was our land. So we're going to give you the benefit of the doubt. We're going to give you 20 days to give it over willingly or we will take it. Okay? So what do you think those countries are doing? If you don't know, now you do. They're preparing for war. They're preparing for war. We see what you did in Venezuela. You ain't finna do that to us, Mr. United States, Mr. President of the United States. Not happening. They're preparing for war. Let me keep going. I'm almost done with this. Okay? Because this one right here really was like, what in the world? I thought when people were just doing this on Alexa, that this was cap. Okay, I don't have an Alexa device. I don't ask it to give me any information, not familiar with it. So when I see people, hey Alexa, can you tell me such? I don't pay it no mind because I don't have it. And sometimes when things been lying, people just do things for clout. So I don't share things from that. But when it comes from the horse's mouth, I can share that for sure. Check this out. But he got him a
During the war, you can't have elections. So let me just say 3.5 years from now. So you mean if we happen to be in a war with somebody, no more elections? Oh, I wonder what the fake.
You like this again?
If the president orders martial law or declares martial law, then they can stay in office as a president. Potentially, there could be a play to extend the second term into a third term by creating these brash, hardcore, dramatic abductions that are creating civil unrest that eventually will create a potential civil war, which will lead to the need to declare martial law. And once martial law is declared due to an executive order, he can actually stay in as president an extended term. And then after that, he can have a private cabinet vote to keep him in 1 year at a time, bypassing any real true voting system.
unheard of. But you just heard it from that man's mouth, his plan. Okay? They always got to tell us whether we peep game or not. It's not up to them, it's up to us. Let me let you just listen to that little bitty part with Donald Trump, what he said. Okay? Let's go.
So you say during the war, you can't have elections. So let me just say 3.5 years from now. So you mean if we happen to be in a war with somebody, no more elections? Oh,
That's good. This man who over there fighting a forever war in Ukraine laughs and said, that's a good idea. Why? Because he's doing it. Can't get rid of him. He got to man the war. Okay? These wars are not just, oh, oopsie, we're in a war. If you don't see what the hell Donald Trump is doing, and he just said, if we're in a war, there won't be no elections. He's 1,000% right. Won't be no communications, won't be a whole bunch of executive orders out of the door. Won't be no freedom of speech. We at war. We ain't got time for all of that. We at war. Total tyranny, control, period. And now you just going over deboing whole countries. You threatening 5 other countries and spinning the block on one country? Really? Okay. Is y'all eyes open? Let me know in the chat. Y'all too quiet. Is y'all learning something? What's up? Y'all is too quiet. Is this shocking? Give me some feedback. What y'all think, cousins? What you think? Then you got this. Told y'all these devils was out here deviling. Okay? You can go and type this in yourself. Go do your research. I'm always going to lead you to the trial, but you got to drink. Okay? Go type in Neuralink will mass produce 2026. Okay? Neuralink will mass produce brain chips. 2026. Yes. Elon Musk announced. He sure did. You wasn't paying attention, but he announced it. He announced that Neuralink plans to start high volume production of its brain computer interface. And to most devices and move to an almost fully automated surgical procedure in 2026, aiming to make implants more accessible for conditions like spinal cord injuries following successful human trials where patients control computers with their mind. Sound really Mark of the Beastish to me. What about you? Brain chips? Tech tattoos? Bill Gates? Go under your skin? Go look up tech tattoos and go look up Neuralink brain chips. And then go read your Bible. Let's keep going. Only got a couple more for you, okay? So I want you to see this. The World Economic Forum highlights the severe cyber threat to power grids with nations like China, Russia, and Iran identified as primary actors capable of such attacks, often coming together to disrupt critical infrastructure for strategic advantage, as seen in past Ukrainian grid attacks and ongoing Chinese targeting of United States systems. These state-sponsored threats aim to cause blackouts, chaos, and undermine adversaries' military readiness through sophisticated malware and coordinated campaigns targeting energy, water, and transportation systems. Why did I say that? Why did I just read all of that? Because I just told you on yesterday. They don't have to attack with a missile. China got them, and he said, look, we will never strike the first missile, but we won't allow you to strike the second one. Okay? They don't have to even strike a missile to take America down. They can simply follow this framework right here and attack the grid, attack the electronic. Everything is run digital. Phones, MapQuest, shopping, online banking, bill payment, log into your workstation, everything. Everything. You do 1 minute of a blackout, and you have already crippled the economy, billions of dollars. You do 1 hour of a blackout, you topple the whole entire empire. Period. Ain't no recovery. You have to set a new system in place in order to bounce back. So the people that the United States is threatening and the people that the United States have taken some of their possessions is now warning us that there ain't no ifs, ands, or buts. It's about to go down. I just said this on the last slide. I just said this. Let's keep going. Okay? I had to go do my research on this myself. BlackRock, and here we got again WEF, World Economic Forum. Their documents reveal by 2030, they plan to make home ownership illegal for the middle class. They don't have to worry about those that's on the poverty level. Why? They're already poor. They're already renters. They're not owning anything, they're renting. But now the people that was going after trying to buy homes, we're going to shut you down from being able to have the capacity to buy homes. This is World Economic Forum and BlackRock. You know who BlackRock is? He is one of the biggest investors, Evo investors, who have bought up a lot of commercial and rental space. Why? Because if he don't want to rent to you, he ain't rent to you. It's not us out here buying up real estate. So at least we have somewhere to stay. It's them. Okay? And now they have a plan to not allow you to buy any more houses because they're out here buying them up. That's the way that they're going to stop you from buying them. Okay? So that they can charge you to pay them every month consistently, just like good little slaves do. Now, is this where I'm going to stop at? I'm going to see after this one. If you don't know what's really going on, let me put you on game. The United States did not just go over there to take the oil. We make our own oil. We really don't need Venezuela oil at all. We have oil reserves up the yin yang. We produce our own oil. We good. It's the wealthiest country on planet Earth for a reason. However, what they did go up in there and get is $1 trillion in silver. Because that's where that real money is in. Metals. Precious metals. Okay? Venezuela currently sits on $1 trillion worth of silver and precious metals, making it the Latin American country with the richest supply. That is what Donald Trump just went in there and took. Why? Because it can help us get out of debt. Why Greenland? It can help us get out of debt. Why Mexico? We can take the drug lords' money, shut down their operation, get out of debt. This is bigger than what you think, beloveds. A lot bigger. It's not oil. This is a takeover. Hostile. Nevertheless, a takeover. Okay? The United States secures silver smelter deal to process Latin metals. Under the plan, the United States Department of Defense will hold a 40% stake in the JPM Finance Smelter joint venture. This is Venezuelan silver. They made moves within a blink of an eye. You hear me? Fast. They wasn't playing no games. And now the Department of Defense will take 40% in the stake of another man, another country's property? Okay. That's real gangster. That's real gangster. And just to show y'all here, okay, the Chinese diplomats, they had arrived just hours before the United States struck. Can't be found. Nobody knows where they're at. They did not return back to China, which is a big problem. Very big problem. And this is the last one I'll show. Okay? So now, We don't just have China threatening, we have Iran, we have Nigeria, we have Greenland, we have Colombia. All of them is saying, bring the smoke. We want it all. We are ready for you. We are ready for you. Okay? Told you I wanted to keep this short, sweet, straight to the beat. Because all hope is not lost. This is what I am doing and what I encourage every person to do. First and foremost, make your election sure. Get your spiritual life together. If it's not. And if it is, make that bad boy rock solid. We are living in perilous times. Secondly, I have an offering, okay? I'm going to show you how to get prepared, not just for war, but for blackout, for period. Emergency situation, having a workshop, okay? This weekend, $47. I had closed it completely down. I said I was not offering it. A sister reached out to me because she mistook it for one way, like, please, don't leave us behind, because there are some that want to go with you. And I'm not going to ever leave anybody behind, but I'm not going to drag anybody along either. I'm going to host a workshop. The workshop is going to be all about different ways you can actually prepare yourself. How to get access to silver and gold so you at least have some, or have the access to get some. That makes a very, very, very wealthy bartering tool. Right now, silver is up like 102% right now. You can buy silver. You used to buy silver like $4 or $5. You can buy silver minimum $100+. Okay, so not only do you need silver to barter, but you need to know everything you can barter. You need to know exactly what items have sustained other people through depressions, through pandemics, through all of the things that they have had happen on this earth, because there's nothing new under the sun. You need to know how they made it, what sustained them. I'm going to be giving you an entire list with the detailed breakdown on how these people were able to sustain themselves and how you can sustain yourselves by grabbing these items that everybody needs and having them ready to sell. If you lose your job, if the dollar collapsed tomorrow, you have an ability to barter and sell and still keep yourself and your family alive, and fed and taken care of, B. Okay? So I have the workshop for $47. This is my final call on it at this price. You can pay me later and get the replay. Those are my best plays because I don't have to show up and put no more time into it anymore. It's $47. If you want that, put a 1 in the chat. On the bottom of the screen, okay, of this video, you see the ticker. And the ticker says on live only opportunities. You can only take advantage of these prices while I'm live. When I end the live, the prices is gone. Unfortunately, some will say, I saw it late. I caught the replay. I'm going to take it down once I get done. This is where we at, okay? So I have the $47 emergency preparedness. You need to know if you got a family of 3, how many rolls of tissue would you need for 6 months? How much water you need for 30 days in case of a nuclear fallout, you can't leave your home. How much water do you need to sustain you and those that are entrusted into your care? Okay. Not only that, what food portion? Okay, well, I know I need to have 15-pound bags of dried beans. I need to know, okay, let me get some charcoal. if I can't get a generator. Emergency prepared workshop is going down this weekend, $47. And by the way, these are the only workshops that I am doing because these are workshops I promised before the New Year's. I had people sign up for these workshops before the New Year's, and this weekend it's going down. Okay? Get in where you fit in, get in while you can. Because when you can't, you just can't no more. But if you want to be ahead of what's to come and you don't be crushed by what is coming, then now is your opportunity. Okay? Now is your opportunity. You can take this list, you can take the workshop, whatever the case may be, and resell it as your own. You have my 1000% permission. Okay? You just get busy. That's what is most important, is that you get busy applying the information and then sharing it abroad. Okay? The next one I have is a community. This is a community. It is $99 per month. Okay. However, as a grandfather deal, I'm gonna let the first 5 in for $99 one-time payment. Okay. Moving forward, you will pay $99 a month. This will give you all kind of AI tools, how to make money, how to make side hustles, using AI, how you can actually scale a digital business in a digital boom. You're also going to get weekly work from home opportunities. Okay. The links, y'all go and get this one, and they're paying really well. So if you still like to work on your own time, how you want to work, this community is perfect for you. Not only am I going to be dropping, done for you products, tips and tools on how to make, a certain amount of money every holiday. Valentine's Day is up next. We just got out of New Year's. Okay, they are still purchasing New Year merch, calendars, mugs, New Year, New Me. You could have just put that on a shirt with some glitter or something, sold it completely out without ever even touching the t-shirt. Okay, it's called print on demand, and every month there is a holiday, so you can get a real quick holiday hustle bag and then get out the way and work on the next month. You can literally create something in an hour that will carry and sustain you the whole entire month of February, whole entire month of March, whole entire month of April, so forth and so on. It will sustain you. Okay. Hey, you can do t-shirts with Mama Bear's children's name engraved on the back. Okay. You put Mama on the front, engraved on the shoulders or the sleeves, the children's name. Father's Day, you can do the same thing. Okay. So many different things you can do in this community. I'm going to be giving you done for your digital products. I'm going to be giving you tips. I'm going to be giving you tools. I'm going to be giving you tech. I'm going to help you. Hey, look, you guys, go over here to this app. This app allows you to do X, Y, and Z. All you got to do, so it'll be tutorials. It'll be all of that. So you cannot lose. But most importantly, it will be work from home opportunities. Posted every single week where you can make a big bag as well, working from the comfort of your home or wherever you choose to fly, drive, or sail to. Work from home means work from home. As long as you got a laptop, some type of cell phone, smartphone device, you're in a quiet space, you get access to these work from home where you never have to work, leave your home to work, and you work on your own time when you want to and when you don't. Okay. That community for the first 5 people will be $99 one-time fee. Thereafter, the first 5 people, it will be $99 a month. But you're going to get your money back. There is work from home opportunities. You can literally get in, on Wednesday. And by Wednesday afternoon, you already have a situation where you are earning money. Okay. And then last workshop is Holiday Hustle Workshop. This is where I show you every month how to run up a bag efficiently. Right now it's Valentine's Day. Okay? People are going to be spending money. You might as well let them spend with you. And then once you design and get everything out that you're going to offer for Valentine's Day, then you start working on, well, what am I going to offer for spring break or St. Patrick's Day? And then while you set that up and got that ready to roll, you start working on Mother's Day. Same way that when you walk into Walmart, you begin to see spring clothing. Okay, they milestones, seasons, up ahead, but they already advertising. When you went in during the holidays, during Thanksgiving, Halloween, yeah, October, you start seeing pumpkin spice and everything nice. Okay, you started seeing the stuff for Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving came, you start seeing the Christmas. They force it upon you. Wherever you go, you hear fa la 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 la, Jack the Halls. It gets you into the spirit of buying. Okay? It gets you into a spirit of theft. Really. Because you can't do nothing with that stuff but look at it, play with it, and that's it. It can't feed you, it can't house you, it can't do any of that. So I show you how to legitimately make you $10,000, because making $10,000 a month is middle class. But if you ain't made $10,000 a month, it's all right to crawl before you can run. And I'm going to show you step of the way, every step of the way, how to build this out, how to do this, how to do that. Okay. Had some other opportunities, but I wanted to keep this lunchtime sweet. Lunchtime, short, sweet, straight to the beat. In case somebody wanted to watch it only lunchtime, somebody wanted to watch it before they went to bed, somebody wanted to watch it on their commute. I wanted to keep it short, sweet, straight to the beat. That is what I'm going to do. Instagram fam, if you are interested in any of those opportunities that you just heard me mention, go ahead and hit my DM, beloveds. And I promise, as long as the good Lord allows me to live, I will see you on the next time. Mwah. All right, y'all. No questions over here. Okay. That's what I got for y'all. It's all I got for y'all right now. When I do come back, I do have like 5 other new opportunities that I believe will definitely benefit you now and later. Okay. It's the least path of resistance. You don't gotta know no tech. You ain't gotta know you have no experience. None of that. Okay. It's nothing like that. So stay tuned. I love y'all. I will see you guys on the next one. Some I will see, at the workshops. And yeah, all we doing in 2026 is building, taking back territory and building for the kingdom. Okay. All right, y'all. I love y'all, and I'll see y'all next time.